It's called the Chronicles of the One, and the basis of the story is that it's pretty much post-apocalyptic, but it's post-apocalyptic with a fantasy twist. So basically, what brought about the end of the world was, or the calamity, or whatever you want to call it, was an ancient curse broke a seal on basically a dark magic barrier.
Right.
And so this
Sounds like we're
dude,
headed towards that right now.
this
I mean,
dude, this dude,
nonfiction.
this dude spilled blood basically on an ancient seal, and the ancient seal cracked and broke, and it brought forth a plague that wiped out. I think it's like I think the book says like 6 billion of the 8 billion people on Earth. But in
Right.
addition to this, it also gave rise to magic, and like people with magic in their bloodline, like some people sprouted wings and were fairies. Some had, pointed ears and were elves, and other ones, maintained looking like humans, but they now had magical abilities. And a
Right.
lot of what they talk about in that book is, or in those books, is you have like the raider gangs and the government that are trying to hold on to an old structure, but are killing everybody that isn't like them to bring that about. But even in
Right.
the places where they're taking over, they're not looking towards the future. Whereas the one who, typical fantasy prophecy, there's always the one that's bringing about balance or change or whatever the fuck it is.
And he has long hair, doesn't he?
It's a girl. But
And she has
she
short hair, doesn't she?
she does have short hair. But but only because she cut it off during training. Um,
Right. That's the story.
but
That's the story.
she stepped into the well of light, took the book of spells, like has basically all the knowledge of the ancients now. But
Right.
everything she does, she thinks about the future in terms of what she does. So when they go in and they take over a city that's controlled by the enemy, she's like, I think we can build a school here. I think we can build a hospital here. I think we have farmland here. And it kind of fits with what you were just saying from the standpoint of, like, if we're not doing something that unifies and builds forward, then what the
I
fuck are
don't
we
want nothing to
doing?
do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it.
And I think it goes well with, our commune plans for, post retirement.